Hey guys, what's up? It's Nick here, the One Last Cast Outdoors. Today I'm fishing the Grand River in Dunnville, Ontario. It is a polar vortex. It's like, for you Americans out there, I think with wind chill, about -25, -30 Fahrenheit. So it's going to be a cold day. I'm going to be fishing in the marina here, Fishmasters Marina, initially for the first maybe 4 or 5 hours, going for some crappie and panfish. And then after a bit, I'm going to pack up and head out to the main river, go for some walleye. So wish me luck. Let's see how it goes. So one last thing I want to add to that. This was probably one of the toughest, coldest days I fished in a long time. And it's one of those days that makes you kind of rethink your strategies. So definitely give me some feedback, guys. Let me know what I could have done better, but enjoy the video. All right, guys, so I'm out here in the marina right now. I'm kind of surprised. It's only about 6 inches of ice, which, you know, that's plenty. You can use a snowmobile on that. But just to show you guys, it's like 8.5 inch, there's some 9 inches down there at the bottom. Might be some crappie potentially. 9.5 feet right on the edge of the dock here. So I would go more in there, but he has some aerators and minnow traps there. So there's a lot of fish down there. I'm gonna just drop a minnow down and see what happens. If there's crappie, I'll set up here. Alright guys, so I'm marking a lot of fish. I'm just going to set up here because it's really hard to fish right now with the line freezing, you know, just given how cold it is. So I will set up now. We'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so unfortunately I was looking at the ice a little more. It is 6 inches of solid ice, but it's not even black ice, and honestly it's not worth the risk. So the fish aren't even biting anyway. It looks like it's a lot of jinks down there. So I'm just gonna head out to the main river. I've been seeing lots of tests being done the last week, and it's only gotten colder, and it's like, for some reason out there, quite a bit thicker ice, like 10 inches to 14 inches. So yeah, I'll head out there. I'm gonna try for mostly walleye today, but I'm sure pike and stuff will come along too, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, gotta take down again, set back up. Lots of fun. Alright, so yeah, we got 6 inches of black ice out here. I really thought there was more, but I mean, I guess it does vary for sure. So yeah, there is a bit of a current going here. Obviously it is a river, so these setups I have are not going to do it. They're just drifting down. I gotta get some heavier jig heads. I have some nice minnows. They're actually caught right from the marina nearby. So yeah, gotta re-rig here real quick and basically figure out a new setup here. Marking some fish down. That might be walleye. It's probably what's cruising around this kind of depth. 12 inches. Yeah, that's probably a walleye. I use some Meigs jigs. I've had those for a while now. Haven't really had a good opportunity to use them, so those are heavy enough. The first one I'm going to tie on here. Got this Meigs jig. Not sure the color scheme, but a little bit of orange and yellow on the bottom, bright purple. Gonna hook a live minnow there. Heavy enough that that should hold against the currents for sure. So I'm gonna take off a slab grabber and just get this tied straight on there. I don't know what the weight is, but probably that's a heavy jig right there. Like, that's not gonna get pushed around by the current. That ice is making some fun noises today. But for anyone that's been ice fishing before, you'll know that those noises are more ice being made, essentially. Like, it's negative 20 air temp Celsius. So the ice is not melting, I'll tell you that. But yeah, compared to that marina, that ice was kind of like white, murky, like frozen slush mostly. Over here, like that's some clear ice right there. It's about 6.5 inches if I'm being honest, so that's pretty solid for black ice. Like, no one's doing it because that would just be kind of stupid and reckless, but you could get a snow machine on this, so not too worried really. Obviously, you know the term, no ice is safe ice. Okay, got the Meeks jig tied up. Oh yeah, looks like some walleye are down there. Give them a nice juicy minnow. These things are lively, man. This hook right through the back. So, a little rant right now. What's with the walleye limit in Zone 16 Ontario, most of Ontario? 4 walleye with a sport license? Who decided that? Like, I don't understand. That's just ridiculous. So if you have a good day, you're getting barely any meat still. Everyone tries to say, let the big ones go. So if you're doing that, man, you're getting like a couple fillets for a whole day fishing. I just don't understand. Is that because of people poaching, just taking way too many? It's not really, I don't know. I think that's a stupid rule. You guys go ahead and let me know why in the comments below. Why it makes sense if it does. I really don't think it does. Alright guys, so for my second lure, I got this, I'm not sure the size, but I got this dinger bell, bit of a bigger one. Should definitely get down there nicely. And yeah, I'm going to throw a minnow in the bottom. Maybe like a more medium sized one. That's my medium rod. This is honestly my perch rod, so it's a little bit light for this if I'm being honest, but I did have plans to get panfish and didn't quite work out, so I'm just going to make the most of what I can do right here. So it is freezing, but luckily there's not much wind at the moment, and the sun's out currently. The sun is going to go away later, so that's when it's going to get pretty rough, but for the time being, really can't complain too much. Now I have had good luck with this exact interval, this like silver purplish pink one. Had pike smash it before, not even tipped with a minnow or anything, so I'm going to kind of leave it down. There's a dead bait every once in a while bouncing around, and it should bring something in, hopefully. The idea with this one is that it makes all the noise, right? And with that sunlight coming through, there's not too much snow on the ice. Should be pretty flashy. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes, but realistically I don't really think I'll be coming out on the Grand River again this ice season. This is something I wanted to try for a while now. Wasn't sure how good it would actually be, but it's something that's worth giving a shot. Whether I catch fish today or not, that's not what fishing's about, right? Or, I mean, it kind of is, but the whole cheesy saying, right? Now we sit back, relax, and just wait. So, little thing I got recently, it looks kind of stupid. I got 2 of them because I tested it in the sink and one is not enough. I always see people losing their phones in the hole, and like, man, that just sucks. I mean, obviously it's an accident, still, it can happen way too easily, so it's a little life jacket for the phone. Most cases have a little slit in there for like, tying on these little like keychains and stuff. That's what this is. It's like a little It's bright yellow. Basically, if the foam falls in, it's gonna hold with this. It is possible. There's a slight current down there, not very strong. It could always just go under, and then that would suck and game over. But you never know. I still have a chance. And for normal ice fishing, when it's on the lake, I'll be able to get it back. So that's the main idea with this, right? I have a chance to get my foam back if it does fall in. So that's why I got that. I'm marking some fish right in the bottom there. This Meigs jig, very heavy. That guy's like right in the bottom. Minnow's on there, is wiggling around. I see it moving consistently, so I know if he's on there or not. And there's a slight bend in the tip of the rod, so any bite, I'll know. It's very sensitive. That one over there, it is pulled in the current a bit, but not too much. And basically, he is just like wiggling around, making that dinner bell jiggle. So that's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, so those noises, I mean, I've only been ice fishing for like 2 years consistently. I hate them. I know it means the ice is being made, and it's a good thing. It's expanding. But, man, especially when it starts cracking right under you and there's only 6 inches between you and 14 feet of freezing cold water, you know, it's just not the most relaxing thing. So, roughly the first week of February, I am planning on going up to Simcoe, and not sure where I'm going to go out of. It could be Beaverton, Cooks Bay. We'll see. But either way, I'm going to be getting a cot in here, and I'm planning on spending the full weekend up there. So it's going to be a nice little camping video. I'm going to cook some food in here and everything, so keep an eye out for that, guys. I know the last video did really well, so welcome to all the new subscribers. And yeah, many more videos to come, guys. I do hope to get a boat at some point in the near future, but I do lots of different types of fishing when it comes to spring, summertime. So, lots of good content coming up. Might even do the spring turkey hunt, it just depends. I have a baby boy coming in May, so if I had a little bit of time beforehand, potentially, but worst case, I might just skip out on that this year and then go for the deer hunt next fall. But yeah, lots of cool outdoor stuff coming up, so please subscribe if you're enjoying this or any of my other videos, and feel free to comment with any suggestions for future content, guys. So where I'm at right now, it's about 13 to 14 feet. It's right after the drop off. It goes from about 10 to 11 to 12, 13. So that's like, this is the main channel, but I'm right on the edge of it basically. So I am marking fish every once in a while, so it does seem decent. It's just kind of tough. I'm not used to fishing a current like this, so you know what's right below me is not necessarily right where my baits are. So it's a bit more of a challenge in that sense. I mean, I could use some heavier stuff, but I don't know. I'll consider it. Like, I might switch out one of my things for something heavier. I have like those Rapala, like the old school ice fishing jigs. Those are pretty heavy, so we can always try that and see if that cuts the current a bit. But either way, I think something's gonna come along at some point. Like, I got some lively minnows down there, and yeah, they're just kind of cruising near the bottom there, jigging the dinner bell. See how it goes. Marking something nice on the bottom there. With this cheaper fish finder, it's kind of tough to tell the exact size. Based on how, like, the deeper it is, the more off it's going to be. But still, it does give me a rough idea as to how big the fish is. And probably marking some 3-4 pound walleye coming by, so that's decent. If we can get 4 of those, that'd be a good day. And honestly, I really wouldn't mind a pike or even a catfish would be kind of fun, right? There's lots of cool fish that come through here. It's actually nice and warm in here. It's working pretty good with this heater. So, if you guys have one of these buddy heaters, I'm seriously considering getting a diesel heater. If you guys have a diesel heater, give me your recommendations. Which one's a good one for the value? Like, I'm not looking to spend $500 on one, but like, I don't know, 200 or so to replace the buddy heater. That would be good. But yeah, just in the comments, guys, let me know which one you recommend. If you have one of these buddy heaters, this is a big buddy, but I think it applies either way. Just some tips, guys. If it's not starting for you right away, what I found works for me, and I had to find this the hard way between last time in Simcoe and today. So honestly, it sounds weird. Just shake the heater around. There's like this little like kind of valve that I believe there's like a little ball in there, and sometimes it gets caught up, and then the propane will not be able to pass through. I could be wrong about how that works, but essentially shake it around and try to get that flame going again. And also hold down on the pilot light for a bit if it's been really cold, where you've getting your setup going. Then make sure that you just leave the pilot light on for like 30 seconds, heat up that little element there, and then try actually keeping it on, right? Try to ignite that whole element, because if you try to go too fast, it doesn't work quite right. And then also, if you're using an external, like a 20-pound tank, or it doesn't matter what size, but if you have one of these like pass-throughs with the filter, make sure when you open the valve on your propane tank, go nice and slow. Do not go too fast. Like, go slower than slow, because I found every time I go, even like a basic, not too fast speed, it doesn't work. It trips the valve. So that could be the wrong term, but either way, you want to go nice and slow with it. And then if it's not working, give it a shake. Get the pilot light going for a bit, warm it up, and that should do it. If it's not, then good luck. By the way, guys, I have a CO alarm up there, so I recommend using that. These have a built-in CO shutoff if they detect it, but you can never be too safe when it comes to that, especially if I'm fishing alone here, and if I pass out, no one even knows I'm in here, right? Oh, you got a fish halfway up the column. This is good though. I'm marking fish periodically, and they're all good sizes. So about a foot long is the smallest I'm seeing. So not seeing anything giant yet, but I know there's some big fish coming around here. Could be a rainbow, could be a muskie, a huge pike. It's all possible, right? I don't know if you catch them in the winter, but there are long-nosed gar in here, so maybe. Now I'm running some pretty light line and light leader, so if I get something big, I'll have to definitely take it easy. It's gonna be quite a fight, and let's just hope they don't bite the line, especially if it's a pike, even a walleye, right? They get some big teeth sometimes. So on here, we got 6-pound main line and 6-pound fluorocarbon leader tied on, so pretty light. But the good thing is they won't really see the line. Higher chance of biting. This guy's got 8-pound line, 8-pound leader, so there is a big toothy critter. This one's also a medium rod. That's light, extra fast, so hopefully they go for that. That is like more the dead stick anyway. You can see it just bouncing there. There's a nice juicy minnow on there. He's lively. So I think that it's just a matter of time for that to get hit, really. You guys can also expect some videos at Long Point Bay. I usually go out of St. Williams, but I might do Collins Harbor this year. I think they have a shuttle, which honestly I prefer using my own setup, so if I can just pay for a shuttle to get out there, that would be awesome. So we'll see how that goes. But Simcoe's great. It's a trek for me, right, from Hamilton. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of both. And once the season's done, I got some really good like early spring, late winter spots for walleye, crappie, all from shore. So definitely hit those areas up, and I will definitely go to the Niagara Whirlpool. I didn't put it on YouTube, but I went a bunch to the Whirlpool in the fall. I hooked into 13 kings this year. 13 on my center pin. 12-pound line, 14-pound main line to 10-pound leader, I believe it was. And I broke off like half the times, and the other half, the salmon just popped off. I was keeping constant pressure. So I didn't include any of those because I didn't even land one fish. It was just a rough year for me. So hopefully next year it's a little bit better. But just brutal, man. Brutal. Those fish are crazy, especially in the Niagara. But you guys will definitely see some steelhead and whatever else bites in the springtime. Lots of suckers, and I even catch carp sometimes and beads there. It's kind of crazy. This one's very promising for a dead stick. He's just bouncing around down there. Early into the day still, got lots of time here, but cannot let my morale go. That was terrible. I don't like that. Yeah, big old crack right under me there. That's not fun. But end of the day, I don't think that's anything to be concerned about per se. Just gonna back up for a minute or two. I think that's just the ice being made still, because really it can't be melting right now. That ice is just getting stronger. Alright guys, so I just went outside for a bit to get some fresh air. That's a good idea whenever you have a propane heater. It can give you headaches and stuff if you're breathing that in for a while, so just crack the windows every once in a while. I have 2 vents going, this fan just moving air around up here, so shouldn't really have to worry too much, but still, I'm alone, so it's good to do that. And for anyone that thinks that what I'm doing is crazy, I know there's going to be a few of you. So you got the Dunville Dam back there behind me, and it's a dam, right? Rushing water. There's people maybe 20 meters away from the dam. So do what you will with that information. So there's not much wind now, but if the wind does pick up, I'm going to put all my pegs in. Currently I just have 5 pegs because the shape of this, it's not a perfect rectangle. I have a big door on the one side, so there's a peg on each side of that, but I'll definitely adjust that if I need to. But for the time being, I think it's alright. So for anyone maybe from the US that's watching this, just to kind of give you a rough example of where I'm fishing right now. So it's called the Grand River. It's a big spring-fed river, and great fishery in general. But this is kind of right near where it dumps into Lake Erie. So we're pretty close to the lake mouth over there, and I would say, I don't know, a couple of kilometers away from the mouth of the lake. So for all of you guys that commented last time to build a mini sled, I took that to heart. I have been thinking about it for a long time, but just after that, everyone's telling me I should do it. It's true, I should do it. And I know you can build them on your own, but there's this kit online, easysled.ca, Canadian made. It's all TIG welded aluminum, nice lightweight. You can take it apart with some wing nuts, really easy. So I opted for that. I'm just going to get some used skis. They actually just shipped out today, so I should have that if I go to Simcoe next weekend, or either way. But when I do go for that 2-day, Simcoe 2-day fishing adventure, I will be able to pull it out there with ease, hopefully. So 5 kilometers is just going to be like walking 5 kilometers. It's not going to be too bad. Obviously, if there's some snow drifts, it's not going to be fun, but much better than how it was last time. It's going to be manageable. That's the main thing, manageable. Man, I hate these sounds. It is not fun. Alright guys, so right now it's about 10:40. Seeing lots of fish every once in a while, and no bites yet, so might just be a slow start. Hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully it does pick up, but either way, at least we got heat, it's comfortable in here. There's someone going around with a snow machine right now. That's a little crazy to me. There's 2 of them. Man, look at the water. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is 6 inches, but come on, we're on a river with a current. That's a little sketchy. I don't know, man. To each their own. As long as they don't get too close to me and break me in. I want you guys to call it now what you think. It's 11 o'clock. I can stay out here till 5. I'm not far at all from where I parked. So, do you guys think I'm gonna get a fish today? Leave in the comments now, because I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm marking them. They're down there. But man, I have always heard this spot's very hit and miss. And that's why I was going to go for panfish first. But again, that ice there did not look very, very appealing. Let's put it that way. So, hopefully this all works out here. Again, post it in the comments below, guys. Will I catch a fish or will I not catch a fish? What do you think? Okay, so I'm thinking about switching up my my setup. Instead of using these like jigs and jigging spoons, I'm thinking of just like, I think I'm allowed 4 hooks. I gotta double check, but I'm allowed 4 hooks all in, 2 lines. So having like essentially a hook on the bottom, hook maybe a foot up above it, and a foot up above that one. Put like 2 or 3 thick split shot to keep the minnows down there, but they can swim around or near the bottom. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now, because I don't know. That'll give them lots of action. They can be more free down there to move a bit. But then the split shot keeps them within a certain radius, and I can control them better. I think that might be the move right now. 2 heavy split shots up here. Drop shot hook. Another split shot a bit below it. I just want these minnows to stay apart from each other, but still have a bit of space to swim. And then the bottom one just free. Nice big emerald shiner in the bottom. Hooked right through the back in front of his dorsal fin. Allows for a good swimming action. And then the drop shot one, that's going to go through the lip. You could also, actually, you know what, I might do the drop shot through the tail. It's pretty tough cartilage there. And I've had pretty good luck with that before. So, that's the rig right there. 2 nice active minnows. Gonna control the descent down. Want the line to stay nice and straight mostly. That way they're not wrapped up on each other. I feel a lot more confident with this setup, not gonna lie. So let's see how this goes. It's just less hardware. And from my experience, this is usually what works really well. I've caught lots of walleye, not through the ice, but on slip floats, doing it this way. Alright guys, so I'm not really sure, like, I don't know what's going on right now. Not seeing too many fish go by. Might just be because it's like midday right now, but I mean, both of these have 2 live minnows on them, really moving around. So, I mean, I know for a fact if a fish comes around, especially a walleye, they might peek it a little bit before they bite, but they're gonna bite. It's just a matter of them coming here. Again, I'm right on the drop off here. Goes from like 9 to 14 feet pretty much. So we'll see if I get something. Either way, it's always fun getting out here no matter what. I love ice fishing, but let's be honest. Fishing is great on its own, but catching is a part that we all really like. Like, let's be real here. I mean, at least that's the case for me. So I don't know. So I know some people just like to get out, and I do like getting out in nature and everything. It's always a good time. But man, the feeling of catching a good fish, nothing beats that. So I mentioned what kind of rods I'm using in the last video vaguely, but just to give you guys a little breakdown, how funny would it be if I caught a fish right now? Eh? But so I got these St. Croix custom ice rods. They're awesome. Like, you get a bunch of different materials depending on what the rod's for. Like, I have the Apex Predator in my rod box over there. Not really using that for today. It's more like my pike or lake trout rod. But like that one's fiberglass. I believe this one's hollow carbon, but they have like solid carbon, hollow carbon, fiberglass. You have lots of different options. Some of them are even, I think, like a mix of both, where the handle might be. I think that's what this one is. It's very light. It's a pan finesse. I think the handle up to about here is carbon, and then it might be like a hollow carbon. I think it's solid up here. Might be wrong about that, but I believe that's the case, because it makes it a little bit lighter over here. It's a little wider up in the handle part, but awesome rods. These are both paired up with Shimano Ultegra 1000s. I use Daiwa J-Braid and J-Fluoro for my leaders. I use J-Braid Grand, the X8, but yeah, Daiwa makes some really good lines. So this one here is the Pan Finesse, like I said. It is a 24-inch light extra fast. This one here, I believe, is a house rod. It's kind of like the do-it-all rod. It's still really sensitive. You can see that tip moving there. They have a nice little green wrap on the top of the tips, so that's really good. And this rod here, yeah, house rod, 30-inch medium extra fast. So yeah, it's honestly, it works for everything. It works great for perch too, just because of how sensitive the tip is. Just like that, marked a fish in the bottom there. It just cruised on by. Man, this is tough. All right, guys. So I don't know if this is the right move today, but I think I'm gonna give it a little bit longer here, 30 or so minutes, and then I'm gonna pack up. The marina is really close by, and I'll try fishing a little closer in where the ice should be hopefully a little bit better there. I think I was probably close to the aerated spot where the guy traps the minnows. So that's why the ice was a little bit like, it was the same thickness as over here. It just wasn't as good looking. So I'll try to find some better ice there, set up there for a couple hours. And then honestly, I can, if I find a decent spot, I should be getting panfish and stuff, and pike might be cruising through. It's going to be more action than this, if anything. So worst case, that's what I'm going to do. We'll see if the walleye bite picks up here, or even maybe some pike come out here. But if this stays dead, that's what I'll do for sure. And I'll get some smaller lures going on there, and yeah, we'll give that a shot. And I might even just, because I have bigger minnows today, it looks like, so I might even just use like minnow heads as bait. That can work pretty good. So we'll see how it goes.
So there's one model, a very versatile model.
That crack did not sound good. All right, guys, so I'm gonna actually pack up now and head back into the marina and just see if I can find a better spot in there, because this has just been dead out here. Like, maybe it's gonna pick up, but also maybe it's not. I want to catch some fish today, so hopefully in there maybe I can get some crappie and pike and panfish, like, you know, bluegill, pumpkin seed, stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. It's an absolute pain to keep setting up and taking down, but you know what? If it's gonna get me fish, I think it's worth it. So I'll see you guys there. No bites there. I'm thinking, so this dock's floating right here. You got that steel piling. I don't want to get too close to it. It might be a little choppy there, but a few feet away. That goes straight down. This doesn't. That's likely where there's gonna be crappie and just a bunch of fish in general. So I think I should try right over there. It's honestly way too hard to know if I have bites. My line, my spool, everything is just freezing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get set up here. I have these little gulp alive maggots. They're not real, but they're like in that nasty smelling liquid, so I'm gonna hook that up onto my top jig. I have a little tungsten here jig, and we'll see if they bite that, because they're not hitting the minnow. I don't know if they're probably bluegill, but it's a bit concerning that they're not biting the minnow. There should be crappie around here too, but they may just not be here at the moment. Let me know in the comments, guys. Am I doing something wrong, or what's going on here? Because I swear I'm trying lots of different things. Just nothing's getting hits today. I don't think I'll be coming back to the Grand. I don't know if it's just like a like I like the Grand in the summertime or spring, but man, this is just this sucks. Not gonna lie, this absolutely sucks. All right, guys. So yeah, I tried. I spent hours here, nothing, not a single bite. Let me know what you would do differently in the comments, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.